Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix, and it is time for the Quick 3 Tarot for Tuesday, September the 13th. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Okay, so Quick 3 Tarot. As you know, this is for the collective. It's not for a specific sign. The general readings are already, well, not general, all the readings are already up for September, for whatever your sign is. So the general reading is up, the love reading is up, and the money reading is up for all of the signs for September. The goal is to start the October general readings this weekend. That is the goal. We will see what happens. I also have other readings for the collective already up. I did the economy reading for the collective. I did the Mercury retrograde reading for the collective. I did full moon in Pisces reading, new moon in Virgo, and then also I did a love reading for the collective as well. So whatever you listen to or watch, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading the energy and the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Now, for the pre-shuffle energy, something that I noticed, there may be something coming out today. And again, we're in Mercury retrograde. The moon came out reversed and the star card came out, which is kind of interesting with the moon and the star coming out because they follow each other. So yeah, because the star card is the 17th, number 17 in Major Arcana, and the moon is number 18. So I also feel for some of you where you may not have been noticed before, but now you're starting to get noticed. Some people might be realizing that you're the star. Now, also, another way that could be read is that someone messages you out the blue, as in it's being revealed. Because don't forget, the moon is about illusions and about things being hidden. It can also be about fear as well. But it can just be about something being unmasked. And that unmasking could be, oh, somebody wants to repair something with you, where they call you out the blue today and they're like, hey, I haven't spoke to you in a while and I really would like to see if we can, build a friendship or whatever again, where there may have been some falling out or something of that nature. Because again, the star can be about healing too. It can also be about hope. It can be about faith. It can be about direction, where somebody knows what direction they want to go in. That could be the case for someone in regards to those two cards coming out, where it's like you didn't know exactly what you wanted to do or how you wanted to do it, but now something happens where it's like, oh, okay, that's exactly how I want to do it. So again, it can be read different ways in different timelines and all of that stuff, but that was some of the pre-shuffle energy. But honestly, I feel it's either you weren't being recognized, and this could be on the job, it could be in your family, it could be with your friends. It's something where maybe you weren't appreciated and people didn't realize your value, and now they're starting to see your value, like it's being revealed. There could have been a situation where other outside parties were attempting to hide your value, attempting to hide that you are a star, that you are bright, that you are different from the rest. And there may have been parties that attempted to hide it. But now it's possibly coming out in the open for some of you. And like I said, for others, it's just this relationship is being healed. Somebody's offering an olive branch. Let's get the reading, the main energy. May I have the reading for the collective for Tuesday, March 13th. Energy for the collective. I know I said reading the first time. Energy for the collective for Tuesday, March the 13th. Energy for the collective for Tuesday, March the 13th. What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? See what's at the bottom of the deck. Two of coins. By the way, I'm using the Game of Thrones deck. Is what I'm using. But yeah, 2 of coins. So that's Earth energy. And Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. 2 of coins can be about finding balance. It can also be about juggling. Again, for some of you, with that moon in the reverse and then the star, you know which way you're going now. So some of you may not, now that you know that you don't have to juggle something anymore. Maybe there was a decision. May I have some cards, please? Maybe there was a decision that someone's looking to make, and now they're going to make that decision. Okay, waiting for a card to come out. May I have some cards, please? There must be a specific one, because this is the longest it's taken in a minute. Oh, thank you. It's like, oh, goodness. Okay, don't worry, it's a good card. It is. Wow, what's really going on? Hold on now. Wait a minute. Oh, what's at the bottom of the deck? We have, out of the 4 cards, including the bottom of the deck, we have 3 major arcanas. So there is something. There's a message that's going to come in for someone. Now, the Strength card, yeah, it is coming in because after I lift it up, yeah, okay, there is a message coming in where someone is going to approach you. And the reason I'm saying that, under the Strength card is the 8 of Spears, which is wands in this deck. So that's something coming towards you. And that's being confirmed. And then under that is the 9 of Spears, which is the 9 of Wands, Wounded Warrior. But also boundaries. And under the 9 of Wands is the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Under the 9 of Cups was the 7 of Wands, which is standing your ground. And then under that is the Ace of Coins. So there is an offer. It's like what I was saying before. Someone might be coming out the blue. Now, the World card is here. The World card is about completion. Also, this is fixed energy. So Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus. This is fixed energy. You could be one of those signs or dealing with that sign. But it can be about recognition. It can also be about travel as well. Some of you may be considering traveling. Some of you might need the strength to travel, with the Strength card being here. Because maybe there might be, for some of you, that you have to travel, where it's like you obviously you can say no, but really you can't, because it would create too much friction. So you may be traveling to somewhere you really don't want to go to. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But also the World card is a completion of a cycle, meaning something has closed out. The lesson has been learned. Now, the second card to follow is the Hierophant, another major arcana. Hierophant is about commitment. It can also be about faith. It can be about being looked at as a leader, someone who people can lean on. It can also be about institutions as well, whether it's the government, whether it's the hospitals, educational institutions. It can be about institutions in general. Some of you may be traveling or relocating for something involving some type of institution. Maybe you're going to college or thinking about going back to college or something of that nature. Another thing too, somebody could be getting married and they're relocating for the marriage, where the individual lives in another city or another state or another country, is what that could be. Now, the Page of Swords came out. Page of Swords is air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but specifically Aquarius energy. And pages bring messages. Also, pages can be about movement too. The Page of Swords can also be about spying, where someone may have been spying on you. I don't know why, but I feel that there may have been some talk about some of you, especially if this is connected to the pre-shuffle energy, is what I feel. Because one of the other cards that came out in the pre-shuffle energy was the Five of Swords. Five of Swords, a lot of cards have been coming out over probably middle of August all the way up until now. The Five of Swords has been coming out a lot for people, and not just in my readings, other readings too, because I've noticed it. The Five of Wands has been coming out a lot for people, and the Justice card has been coming out a lot for people. Now, I feel that where some people were talking and doing certain things, you will be moving away from that energy. You will be detaching yourself from that type of stuff, is what you will be doing. Especially with the Five of Swords, and then you have the Page of Swords. 5 plus Page is 6. I really feel that you're moving away from something. Also, the Six of Swords can be about traveling too. I really, really, really feel someone will be doing some type of traveling. Some of you may be traveling just to clear your head and get away from the nonsense. Oh goodness, Mercury, quit playing with me. Others of you, I believe I got that right. I think that's grammatically correct. Let me say it this way. Some of you will just be traveling to travel because you just want to see the world and do that. I don't know why. I just heard someone is going to be traveling with someone else. You're not going alone. Like, there's going to be a travel partner. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That might be where the Hierophant comes in. Not necessarily on a relationship level, but just on a friendship level where you both... somebody may have made a commitment. Like, they're like... just bear with me. The reason I'm quiet is because I'm trying to get the words. Some of you may have a friend or a group of friends, but I don't feel it's a group. I feel it's only one person, that you made a commitment with them where it's like, where you like the same countries and stuff. In certain countries, you're like, well, if I ever go, I will only go with you type thing. Does that make sense? Where it's like, you're the only person I want to go with if I go to Italy. You're the only person I want to go with if I go to Morocco. You're the only person that I want to go with if I go to Thailand. Something like that. And I feel because of that commitment, the stars may be aligning, the star card, where you both now have the ability to go on that trip to whatever place it is together. And again, I don't necessarily feel like this is romance. Could be, but I don't necessarily feel that for this part, this timeline that I'm talking about right now. But back to the Page of Swords thing. One thing about you, going back to the Strength card, is that I really feel that if there's any talk going on about you, you'll still stand tall regardless, is what you will do. You will still be strong. And Strength card is Leo energy. I also feel that there will be others around you who will, the person outside starting up their truck, that's what that is. I also feel that the person around you, they will, or people around you, some will rally to your defense during this. If there's any shady stuff going on, some of those people will rally to your defense and say, hey, no, this person is a stand-up person. You can't believe what's necessarily being said with that. So yeah, this was a lot of stuff in here. But obviously wish fulfillment is happening. Boundaries clearly are being set. Cycles are being completed. Travel is happening. Commitment is happening as well. Because again, if it's not something where two people committed to travel somewhere together, it just could be commitment in the sense of someone is attempting to do better in the relationship or the friendship. And in doing that, I still really feel that there's going to be somebody coming out the blue with a message. And especially with this Page of Swords, I feel the message is going to be electronic. I don't feel they're going to call you or they're just going to show up or anything like that. I just heard Facebook. I feel it will be a text message or it's going to be online. If somebody's coming out the blue today or within the next day or two, it's going to be through a text message or online is what's going to happen. All right, so that is your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Till next time, be blessed.